Maham the Mentor.
I would clap for
Yeah, I'm
myself.
gonna clap for you. Hey, you don't clap for you, I'll clap for you, man. Hey, we're sitting with Inside Clive as well, and we're gonna get into a little bit of his backstory, get into what he does, why he chose to do this path, and then we're gonna dive in a little deeper, all right? We appreciate you being right here sitting with us, taking your time out to do this. Big shout out to For the Locals, big shout out to the bros. You know what I mean? This wouldn't happen if it wasn't for them. So I'm great, and it's an honor being your present, and give the people who you are, and a little bit about yourself.
Maham the Mentor. I'm a youth mentor out of Dallas, Texas. I'm an author of the book Black Massacres, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I try to help people, you know what I'm saying, maintain their composure and live a life of worthiness, servant leader mentality.
Right. Awesome. So what got you into this? First, give us where you're from.
Dallas, Texas.
All right. What part of Dallas, Texas?
North Dallas.
North Dallas, Texas. All right. Shout out to North Dallas, Texas. Not for sure. You know, we say the North. So for some of the younger dudes, man, what got you into this, man? Give us a little bit of what got you into this and what got you to do. Now, this is a series of 4 books, all right? We'll get into the other 3. What got you into doing the massacre? And was this the first one that you did?
That's the first book that I published myself. And
you heard what he said. Self-published, right?
Self-published.
Okay.
Yeah, and I published it because I was dealing with a student that was telling me about Black Wall Street.
Right.
And when he came and told me about Black Wall Street, I was telling him about the New York City draft riots. And then he didn't know about the New York. That's another black massacre,
Right.
similar, worse,
Right.
actually worse than Black Wall Street. Bigger,
Right.
more people died, a lot of stuff. But anyway, he just didn't know that black massacre happened. Then I asked him about the Memphis massacre. Then I asked him about the New Orleans massacre, or the Philadelphia massacre, the Wilmington massacre. He was just like,
It was just mind blowing.
So I said, well, I'm gonna find a book that has maybe that will highlight some of these massacres that really happened in America.
Right.
And when I looked for the book, there wasn't one, so I wrote one.
So you took the step to make one so we can have one.
So now we have a book.
Man.
It only highlights 27 massacres that happened after the Civil War began, because before the Civil War began, massacring black people may have been legal, therefore it wasn't even documented well or something like this. These are just massacres that were well documented. So this is a nonfiction book. I didn't have to make anything up. Everything was available. Only thing I did was make it more readable for people today and age. So it's me telling the story, not the newspaper guy. I'm the narrator, but but I'm the narrator of this book, so you ain't got to worry about seeing no crazy stuff in there. It's wrote for us, by us. You know, it's very pleasant to read.
And don't it make you feel good though?
Yeah, it does make me. And I did not write the book to condemn white people. This is not a hate pro-black book.
Right.
You can be white and read my book. It's not going to hurt your feelings that much.
It's all about empowering yourself, you know, to understand. So you got to know a little bit of history, though. There's a lot of history that we don't know, no matter what race you're in, no matter what race you're in.
But this book wasn't written to condemn white people. This book was written to show black people how we've transcended from that time to this time, and to show black people things have changed drastically, because there are young black people, when I get to telling them how much hope and potential they have, they tell me about how the times are rough. So this is another reason why I wrote this book, so people can tell me that if they think their life is rough, this will make you reconsider of what you think rough is.
Ooh, I felt that same way when I went across seas. I used to think we had the roughest of the roughest, the toughest of the toughest, until I really seen what real poverty is. You know what I mean? And not for real. And then what things has happened in our past, and those that thrive through it with all the insanity going on, which was considered normal at the time, that will humble you very, very quick, huh?
Absolutely.
Ooh, you gotta speak in front of some of the people, man. And then so break down how some of this relates to you, not just as a black man, but I feel like you're a leader, just the way you're presenting yourself, just in these few moments of meeting you. Right. I can feel that dominance. I feel we lost a lot of alpha males out here. Right. You know, we lost down the chain of alphabet now. You know, just saying. Here, me and you'll catch that when you grow up. I'm saying, but this is what this is about. To sit beside you, not just to ask you a question, but just to get a vibe, to get an understanding when the people see you, when they see you out there speaking, when they do see you at the school, when they see you at these conferences, giving these jewels and our history. What empowers you to do that? I mean, we know you got a purpose behind it. When you see maybe one of your siblings or people that have known you over the span of your time and they've seen your change, what does that feel like? And how can you show that to some of these kids and youth, even some of the older people they may not know?
Well, I would say if you ever want somebody to forgive you, become successful.
Jim? Damn. Okay, break that down.
So a lot of times, in life, we all make mistakes. We all, might fall short of what we do, or we disappoint somebody, namely our family, right? Because we probably didn't even know that we represented them when we were out there doing foolish things, right?
Right.
So, when you disappoint people, a lot of times they'll distance themselves from you, right?
Yeah.
They won't have the same rapport that they once had. Right. You know what I'm saying? The relationship won't be the same. They won't reach out no more. They might not speak to you. They might not welcome you to their house.
Right.
Become successful in whatever you're doing. If you play basketball, win a championship. If you're an entrepreneur, get a contract with somebody. Whatever. Be successful. Write a book. Accomplish a goal. Graduate school. You know what I'm saying? Do something proud and do something good, and watch the people who used to talk about you. Watch how they like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, maybe I was wrong about this person.
Maybe I was wrong about him. This man is a perseverer. This man's an overcomer. So that's one thing. But my thing is, don't do it for them. Do it for yourself. Show yourself.
Right.
And my job is to show kids that no matter where you come from, you're worthy of living a good life, and it's capable. No matter where you come from, it's not your responsibility, or it's not your fault that you may be in a predicament that you in, but it's your responsibility of how you deal with it.
Yeah. It's all about what, we are not always dealt the fancy, the best hand. A lot of us aren't at all, but it's what you do with that hand. We can point, you go through that mode of pointing at everybody did this is why I can't get nowhere. But what you're doing, you showing us, hey, there's something in us, there's something about us that why we have to go through all this, because think about it, nobody else probably wouldn't be able to deal with it. I'm just saying.
Here's one thing I learned at 45. Sometimes God will put you in places or send you through things that you don't understand. But if God was understandable, he wouldn't be God. And he might send you through a certain place so you can learn or have some type of experience so you can overcome the adversity. Like when you ask God for wisdom, he don't tell you knowledge, he'll send you through something to figure it out. That's where you get your wisdom from. So it's it's an oxymoron sometimes, and that's just where you have to look at it. Life is not fair. And it seems like 2022, we got a lot of people who preach this fair. It's supposed to be right. And it's not supposed to be right. We're supposed to try to make it right. We're supposed to stand for something. We're supposed to, because if we don't stand for nothing being right, then it's going to fall apart. I can tell you that.
You damn right.
A house with no rules is headed for self-destruction.
Yeah.
And so as long as we talk about a standard, but as we move forward with our people, we're not focusing on our standards that our family used to stand on. Like we used to represent something as a whole. We want to represent. We're supposed to say, hey, man, I am this. I am the Jones family, or I'm Jackson family. You know what I'm saying? They recognize who I am. Right. And now it's like I'm tupa. You're like, what? Who is that? I'm Lil Baby, and I don't even want you to know who my last name is because I only want you to know about me. That's it. Me. The
separation, the independence.
I'm the only one. Me. I did it. Instead of saying, man, thank you for my family. My mother, my father, and I'm out here hustling for my mother and my father. I'm out here doing this for my brother, for my son, for my uncles. I'm doing it for my friends. I represent all of them. So if I get out here and I fumble the football, I'm messing up the whole team. So we're not I'm cognizant that I represent more than myself. So that's why I have to hold myself to the standard that I do, because I know that I represent more than myself. That's the most important thing.
Man, and it was something powerful you said before we got on camera, y'all. We was out in the walk area for you. We was talking, and he broke down the word entrepreneur. So, I got a lot of people that are entrepreneur business people that listen to us. So break this down. I just listen to him because I like how he broke this down. the idea of entrepreneurs, you said the entrepreneur is not about owning. Break this. Just listen to him. He breaks
Entrepreneurship
this
does
down.
not mean ownership. It means somebody who owns a business will assume that they're an entrepreneur.
That's how most business. That's how we start out. We like,
Right.
yo, I got my LLC,
And then if you,
and
my question is, who told you that? Who told you you were an entrepreneur? Somebody told you. You didn't go to no school. Didn't no professional person or could diagnose you and say this is an entrepreneur. Because as an entrepreneur, you must know some things.
You gotta
right.
yeah,
So I tell the people, anybody, an entrepreneur is not a business owner. That's somebody who owns something. You can own something and not be an entrepreneur. You can own a business and then hire an entrepreneur to come run it.
Yeah.
You feel me? But everybody's not an entrepreneur, and everybody who owns a business does not mean you're an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who knows how to maximize their profits in any business. You have to have the ability to analyze a business, and you have to have the ability to analyze a human being. And this is what we talk about. Why is that? Because the most important thing to a business is their workers.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to develop your workforce. A lot of people can't even maintain the morale rate in their office place if they were to have one, because you would not know how to fix people's personality traits and mix and match them with the right personality traits to make sure that they have a functional environment that they work productive. Happy workers are the best workers. The best workers are the productive workers. Workers who get things done. Workers have to be instructed. There's no such thing as a bad worker, only bad management. This comes from entrepreneurship. If you got a worker that's doing bad stuff, it's only because the boss didn't do it. The boss didn't teach them. There's no such thing as poor as a worker that does not perform right. It's only the manager did not train the employee correctly. So if the person has correct training, the person can execute whatever needs to be done. But this comes from the theory. This is when you take ego out of entrepreneurship.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so you're gonna have to come back and sit down again. Okay. No, because I love this. Okay. So let me ask you this. All right. So what would you think would be? Oh no, I'm gonna say the cure, but what would help the new generation now with the way you're speaking? You know, and I speak all day, but just listening to you, it's like, yo, there's confirmation in every word. And I'm pretty sure a kid is out there listening, like, man, let me go look up. And by the way, you can get everything on Amazon, by the way. Okay, but we'll get to that. But what would be the answer, you know? What would be the answer for our community? What we should do first to make a change, to be better? The way we were. You know, back in the day, we weren't able to be around parents when they talked. We couldn't even be in a room. You say we were missing that, you know.
The biggest thing today is we don't understand what social media goes on today. I'm gonna break this down for you.
Let's go. This is why this was meant to happen.
So this is
5. Gotcha. Let's keep rolling.
So this is why I want you to know. We miss fellowship, right? Fellowship is what our family did. And what I mean, our family was a team, right? And I want to say 4 people. Yeah. And in our family, fellowship. Without family, we cannot fellowship. Without fellowship, I cannot hold you accountable. Holding you accountable can only be done with love. That's why your family was responsible. So in 2022, our black families are not accountable because we don't fellowship enough. You're not around your family enough for them to love and know you enough to hold you accountable. So now, even though we're blood, even though I'm related to you, I haven't been around you or your family enough so you can know me and watch me, and I'm comfortable enough so you can tell me my negative character traits so I can correct them and don't go outside of the family and misrepresent the family because my family trained me. But it's all the most important ingredient to this whole family thing. What happened with our old family compared to the new family? I cannot correct my family's children no more.
That's a big one.
I cannot correct, listen, and the reason why I cannot correct my family's child no more is because, again, there's no love here. So when I speak, they don't receive it as love. They don't even know me. So again, that's why you have to fellowship with your family. You have to be around. You have to get up. You have to take your kids. You got to take your cousins and nephews. You got to socialize. I used to get whipped not only by my mom and dad, but my uncles and aunts too. I got a big family. Oh, I got whipped by every uncle and grandparents and all of them whipped me because that was part of accountability. Right? Yeah, yeah. Accountability is correction. Yeah. Accountability is when you correct a child. No, you shouldn't do that, Jim. Right. You don't do that. That's not what we do. Right. Whatever the negative you don't steal. That's a negative characteristic trait. A characteristic trait is not a condemnation. Accountability is not a condemnation. It is not a judgment. It is a recognition of something that you may or may not even be doing. There is a right and wrong way to hold everybody accountable, especially your family member. If you want to hold somebody accountable, you first must understand you must love that person. You cannot hold somebody accountable if you do not love them. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, if you want to hold somebody accountable, you have to stop them from what they're doing, pull them to the side, and tell them what they are doing. Now, rule number 3, when you pull them to the side and you tell them that what you saw that you did not like, remember that it is not a condemnation. It's just a recognition because, again, a negative characteristic trait, right? It's not something that you have to do. It's something that you choose to do. You don't have to lie. You don't have to steal. You don't have to pretend to be a gangster. You ain't got to pretend to be a super player. You ain't got to pretend to be a pervert. These are things that people do, and without somebody who loves you and corrects you, the first person who tells you something will probably be your parent, and they try to do it behind closed doors to say, look, we don't do that, you shouldn't do that, but you looked at what they're doing as hate. Mm-hmm. You don't love me, you don't understand. No, this person overstands. This is your loved one talking to you. This is a loved one talking to you. This is your mother, your brother, your grandfather, your uncle. If they're telling you something that you don't like, there's a reason why they say what they're telling you. But my thing is, it's best perceived behind closed doors. Whoever you are, the uncle, the brother, if you want to help somebody, remember, if you're trying to help somebody, you cannot condemn them for doing what they're doing. You just tell them, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you an example.
You call me with that.
I'm going to give you an example. So, for instance, if I caught my younger brother, right, and say, for instance, and we at a restaurant, I'm going to give you something simple, and he didn't leave a tip, right? Now, it's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal, but at home, when we get some time, I'm going to pull him to the side and say, hey, man, today, this is me and you talking, but today when we were at the restaurant, I noticed that you did not leave a tip, and you could have, right? So what I'm gonna ask you to do is it's just good. It's good. You look better when you leave a tip. It shows that you are grateful for what you're doing. But then my brother would tell me, oh man, well I didn't know that people cared. Or he could say, my brother said, well, I don't have no money. I didn't have the tip, and I could say, okay, cool. He said, and then he said, if I didn't, I would have gave it. So next time ask me, and I would we would reach an understanding. But I would let him know about his character, and he would tell me either, oh, I didn't know that, or yeah, I already know that, appreciate it. So I know that he knows the right thing to do. He just needs to focus on doing it better. So again, this can be, you can see your homeboy drinking too much. Hey, I noticed that you got drunk at the club, and I'm your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say that you have a problem with drinking, but maybe you might need to hold it back this, on these days. You feel me? Yeah. So when you go to the club, and you can do whatever you want to do, and I don't care what you do. I'm just saying it makes you look bad, and I love you, and I want to see you on your best game. You feel me? Damn. I love you, and I want to see you do your best. That's why I'm telling you what I'm telling. I'm not telling you that you should stop drinking because I don't like you, and I'm not telling you stop drinking because you embarrass me. I don't give a damn what you do. I'm telling you, it's about self. This is how we move better together. We all. If I'm doing this, tell me. Right. If you see me slipping, if you see me doing something that doesn't fall in line with my overall agenda, then tell me, hold me accountable, and don't embarrass me when you do it.
And that's a thing. That is a thing. We got. So
again, we can lose somebody by trying to hold somebody accountable the wrong way.
And you are absolutely positively right. I was hard on my brother when he first went down. It was just like, how much we went through. I never looked at it the other way. I never took the chance to look. This is why you came here. it was meant to speak to me. Okay.
Oh,
so I got to let my brother know, and when he get out, we'll scrap a little bit, and then we're gonna talk. But I never looked at it the other side. A massacre could be. Seriously, if you guys understand what I'm getting at, it's not just the information that you're writing about, bro. It's the energy that you're giving off, the confirmation. So you be able to sit by a brother like me, you don't know too much about me, but you're making me feel a lot better about myself.
Right.
One, as a brother. And there's 3 words I'll take out of this whole conversation. You guys can find yours. I'll do some reels for you, get some clips for you. Big shout out to For the Locals.
Before you do that.
You told me up early.
Listen, the word brother
Yeah.
has a definition to it. 3 entities. I'm going to just make it simple for you. Friendly, kind, loyal. Brother. Friendly, kind, loyal. Brother. Friendly, kind, loyal. That's the essence of a brother. Go ahead.
No, man.
I'm
yeah,
a professional brother.
Yeah, man, you show love, man, because, I done had many kinds of brothers. Military, street, but let me say this, okay? There's 3 words I'll take out of this conversation. You guys can find your own. I like to digest information and regurgitate it, that word time. I got you. Hey, we got 3 minutes. Max. All right, we got time, family, and one that I'm going to say that we didn't say, but I felt like it's in there, understanding. And I felt like I just got some understanding today.
Understanding beat everything.
Goddamn right. Hey, man, can you please? Yeah. Okay, we're going to get to that. I got caught on the information, y'all. All right, back to the marketing. I know we're gonna get back to the marketing. Shout out Duncanville Studios. Yes, we can print that. You want to get some printing done? 817-681-1331. All right, man. You want to get this book? It's 4 books. All right, get the whole edition. I'll be getting mine. All right, and hire this brother to come speak to your youth and your new employees. Let them give you some of these valuable jewels and I only got a little scraping of, I only scrape a little edge of the plate, okay? We're going to ask him if he don't mind coming back again one time,
Absolutely.
And I would love you to speak at our expo. Nate, we're going to lock that in, all right? I appreciate you, my brother. Let them know where they can find the book at. Give them all the information where they can contact you at. And we're going to make sure we put it out there, too.
Already. The book, you can find my book, Black Massacres, on Amazon. You can just look it up on Google. It should pop up, Black Massacres. It's on Barnes & Nobles. Any online bookstore, you should be able to find it, but it's definitely on Amazon. And my name is Maham the Mentor, not Mayhem, but Mayhem. It's a name street. I'm named after. But anyway, this is a book about all the black massacres like Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Wilmington Lives, the New York City Draft Riot, New Orleans Massacre, the Memphis Massacre, the St. Louis Massacre, Charlottesville, North. I mean, so
ones
many
y'all
massacres.
don't know about.
So many massacres that happened in America. Non-fiction book.
Yeah.
I didn't have to make anything up. I'm not writing the book, like I say, to make anybody white feel bad. But I'm really not comfortable. I really wasn't worried about making white people feel comfortable about talking about Black history. They're comfortable accepting unearned benefits, but they don't want to talk about Black history, huh? I said, you heard?
Okay. It's a raw show. Keep going.
Yeah. But anyway, the bottom line is I learned a lot about myself. I come from a life full of adversity, right? And then once I learned about Black history, I knew that my life was very easy, and I appreciated my life, and I was able to make a tremendous transition because I stopped feeling sorry for myself. Once I seen what our ancestors went through, I said, give me some more adversity so I can, hey man, because our ancestors went through the real deal. You know what I'm saying? If you think your life is hard, read about Black massacres. Read about your ancestors and see what they went through, and you tell me how hard your life really is.
And there you have it. All right, listen, check this out. This is not going to be your last time seeing them. You just trust me. You're going to might end up bumping into them and be like, yo, I got this shit. You speak. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. I know these things. certain energies open certain doors. I know in your heart right now, listening to this man, in the bottom of your soul, you know he's gonna change a lot of lives. Probably already has. He's definitely touched me. Tap in with this man. Make sure you tap in with him. Elevate your life. Elevate your soul. Been rocking Inside Look Live, man. Yes, we can print that Dunkerville Studios. I appreciate you, my brother.
And thank you for having me, and thank y'all for watching, taking time out all day.
Ask you a question, man. I might ask you a question right after this, man. Get you a book, get you a copy, take a picture with it, then send it to him when you get your copy, and tell how much you appreciate the information.
Put that hoe in track and watch it take off like the flash car. Police get behind me, know that I'm gon' do the dash car. I stay out the way, I don't know what these niggas mad for. We don't call this flexing, nigga, we just call you want. Talk. I got what you need. All my niggas solid, we ain't never taking pleas. If you wanna take a ride up in this whip, then tell me please.